I'm so dehydrated. Happy Saturday, everybody.
What's going on?
What's up, Ryan? How goes it, my man?
You know, just monitoring the bloodbath, as it were. And I heard through the grapevine that you scored some good stuff.
That is true. What's up, late night?
What's going on?
What's up? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you fine, man. So, actually, first of all, before we get into it, can I sidetrack us real quick for a couple seconds?
By all means.
How are you, Eric? I think I know the answer with you already, but how are you guys with like regular home maintenance, home improvement projects and stuff like that?
No, I do it all the time, dude. I've
All
been
the time?
this is my third home, so yeah, I've been doing it for quite some time, and I'm very handy. I grew up with a dad that's like a jack of all trades, dude. So it's like cars, freaking house stuff, electrical, plumbing, the whole nine, dude. Like I know how to do a bunch of shit.
Now, my dad was a cement finisher, right?
Hmm.
And he did all kinds of construction, and he built a lot of stuff like on our property, including like part of our house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of this stuff, so it's not like I haven't done anything. Dude, I'm so bad at it, like just like horrendous. And like I realized that part of that is like self-fulfilling prophecy, like, oh, I suck at this, so then you're gonna suck at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the talent or the flair is not there. Like it always seems like there's like 10 extra steps. And you can
Yeah.
always tell if I'm doing something like that. Because like from 3 rooms away, you can hear me like, God damn son of a mother. Like, let me put this in context for you. So the kitchen work is ongoing, right?
Yeah.
Work right now, so we have the cabinets in and everything. And so my wife bought like this hardware, like the pulls for the cabinet, cupboard drawers and doors. And it's just as simple as like putting them on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Measured everything up, got my drill charged up, putting the holes in. And like number one, it's very hard with the drawers because it's hard to get down in the drawer because the fronts are already on them, right?
Yeah.
To get there and screw the screws in. First, I drilled the holes small, but it's okay because it's easier to make a small or a hole big than a big hole small.
Yeah.
But the pulls come with 2 sets of screws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Smaller ones, just in case it's a smaller length, and then
Mm-hmm.
bigger ones, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I'm probably gonna need the bigger one. But then I put it all together with the handle, and the screw's too big. And
Mm.
I didn't even know this existed, but it kind of looks like because it's notched. Like you're like, if you need to, you can cut the screw in different sections to make it the right size. And I'm like,
Oh,
that
okay.
seems like such an awkward way to do it.
Yeah, that I've
So I
never
got some
actually
like,
seen screws like that. So
me neither. Anyway, all right. That's not what people came here for, but that's what I was aggravating myself with. And like, I got one drawer done after
yeah.
like, however. All right. So before I sidetracked this, Ryan was asking about the test shot sale from earlier today, 4 Horsemen, Mythic Legions, a
Yeah.
Illythia Wave test shot sale. We were messaging each other about it earlier, but just to loop everybody else in, did you guys even take a look at the test shot sale?
I did. I didn't get anything. I just wanted to see how quick it would go. And I logged on at 12:01 and most of it was sold out. If not all.
So I got the impromptu idea like right before noon. I had like kind of thought about maybe doing something like this, but I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. But I was like, all right, let me go live. I'll just go live, just me, just for the test shot portion of sale, and that way people can kind of like see like me like go through like the agony of defeat or the thrill of victory.
That's
And
awesome you did that.
I've seen like other people do that. Like I've seen like I don't know if you heard of the Geek Dad Life channel. Like they've gone live during some of like the Mattel Creations drops. And so I'm like that'd be interesting. So I got myself all set up. I logged into Store Horseman, checked my cart, made sure there was nothing in there. Made sure that my my credit card information was saved up and ready to go. And I had my plan. I was going to go for Illythia. Now I've scored in I scored in the last test shot sale because I went after Malifar in the Arethyr wave, and the logic being, or the strategy being, and we talked about this before, that you pick a character that less people might be going after at first, right? You figure if you try to go after Arethyr in the Arethyr wave, the chances of you getting him are much slimmer than another character.
Yeah.
So I assume that Illythia is probably the same thing, but she's the one I really wanted, right?
Yeah, like I said before, you got to go for the one that you want. Definitely.
Yeah. So waiting for 12, it hits 12, populates at 12, right? The whole thing. And literally like fractions of a second matter. So, I looked at the top line of figures and she wasn't on it. I'm like, what? She's not there. So then for some reason in my head, I skipped to the bottom line, see if she's there. She's not there either. She's like in the middle, in the middle row. So I see her, click on her, add to cart. Now I had her and a $50 Store Horseman gift card in there because I had put a gift card in my cart just to check to make sure everything would populate correctly. And I was like, screw it. I'll get that too if it goes through. So then I made it all through shipping, and my credit card information populated, but I tried to hit checkout before I put my security code in, and I was like, I put my security code in, checkout, and I got the Circle of Death, and then it read out of stock or like sold out. So I went back in and I went down. I was like Baron Voligar, Nefarious, Phobos, and like they would all go sold out at various times. Like some of them they wouldn't even let me add them to cart, and then some of them would let me, but then it would read as sold out. And it was that thing again. So where like if you're at an in-stock sale and you add something to your cart and you try to buy it and then it sells out, it doesn't leave your cart. You still have to go back in there and click remove. And if you don't, you won't be able to check out. And I'd go in there and then click every time I got to my cart, remove the stuff that was already gone and try to get the next thing. And then one by one, it was all sold out. And then I thought I had totally missed out. Like I'd struck out. So I was like, I'm disappointed, but I tried, at that point, I think the wings and the hands and the feet pack were still there, but I was really just looking for the figures.
Yeah.
And so I was just talking, and it's all like, you could see my face, like on the YouTube channel. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. This is what I did. This was my strategy. This is probably why it didn't work, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but one thing you should always do is go back and refresh the page again for the next, sometimes up to like the next hour, maybe, because they'll cancel inappropriate orders. Like if you go above whatever the limit is, or if the same person, you're trying to game the system or something like that. And
they already said that for sure.
They'll cancel it. So then sometimes a couple of pieces might come back in. So then as I'm saying that, I go back to Store Horseman, refresh the page, and all of a sudden Artemis was back in. So I was like, I just get real quiet and I go, throw her in the cart, make it all the way to the end. Bang, she cashes. I got Test Shot Artemis. Boom. Nice. So I keep talking. I'm like, so just keep refreshing. And I went back in. I refresh again. All of a sudden, Valak is in. So I'm like, boom, add to cart. Go through. Boom, 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 like, waited for a second. Boom, cashed him too. And I was like, crap. So I was like, guys, go back in, refresh, because these guys are popping back in as orders get canceled. And I think I saw NYC Figure Fanatics scored a Baron Voligar 2 on that. Nice. So I saw in the Cabal, I saw a lot of people that seemed like they got their test shots. Maybe everybody that's looking for test shots is in the Cabal, I guess.
I did see that somebody was not happy with how it went and broke their phone screen.
Oh, wow.
No
way.
Apparently the whole checkout process, and he must have got super frustrated and he threw his phone, and then he looked at his phone screen and it was broken. I don't know who it was. Amber actually saw it and told me about it.
Wow.
Bill, what?
That's awesome.
Nice, dude. Way to go, Bill. Way to go.
Grand slam.
That's awesome.
He's the reason you didn't get Illythia.
Yeah, right. Hey, anybody out there? Well, I'll probably post this on the Cabal. If anybody got in Illythia and wants to talk trade, I'm definitely down to talk. I'll put that on the Cabal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then Joseph H, he was in the live stream earlier. Yeah, dude. So one of the things I kind of wanted to bring up was we've participated. Oh, you know what? Let me go back. So Eric, were you even in the sale at all? Did you take a look at it?
Yeah,
Or?
I actually went in. I went in. Can you set my mic volume, dude? Because I don't know why on my side, on my input, like as I talk, my volume just keeps going up. It's so weird. Like
It's
it won't set itself. You know what I mean?
You don't sound too on my end anyway. You sound good.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I think it must be over there, Eric, because
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
know.
on
Like,
StreamYard. I don't know if this is it or not, but StreamYard has a thing where it'll automatically adjust your volume, and I have that setting on.
oh,
I
okay,
don't know if
cool.
it's because of that, but you sound fine, dude.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I wasn't gonna get anything, but then I thought, okay, just as a matter of reference, so that like, I mean, obviously we were gonna talk about this today. So I was
Uh-huh.
like, okay, I'll go in right on the dot, freaking already had my my credit card information already ready to like, transfer over, like, and so I went in and just as a matter of thinking, okay, if I was gonna get a test shot, like for me personally, like what would I want? And it's not so much to me as a specific like character or it's like my favorite figure, but as a like a customizer and looking at it like in an artist way, thinking that if I wanted one, I would want something that had like a lot of detail to it. So I went for Volgar, and I went in, clicked right to him, added him to my cart, freaking went to the payment thing, flashed my credit card information on that, went to checkout, and he was gone. It was like literally, it was probably like, I mean, it could have been more than 42 seconds because it was still 12 o'clock when I was doing it, and then as I checked out, and it was like a couple seconds later, it was like 12:01, and I was like, what the hell? Like that happened that fast? Like, yeah, it was. So just like I said, just as a means of reference of like how things like this go, to like talk about it, firsthand for people that have never been through it. I mean, I was like, okay, I'll totally be surprised if I do get it, but like I've seen it too many times and I just know the way it works. I mean, they're gone in like literally like seconds.
That's Bill said one single order.
Yeah, so like he went
Wow.
through, added, listen, that takes some.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quick, brother. Because, like I said, I mean, I had all my information all ready, and like I said, you know, I didn't have to type anything in. I just, added my information that was already, I had on another file, and yeah, it was like I said, in seconds. It's literally like milliseconds between like getting one and not getting one, and that's just the way it is, though. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, had I got one, I would have been stoked, and like that's cool. But I don't collect test shots, so I don't really care if I get one or not. I just like I said, just as a matter of reference, I was like, okay, let's show everybody like how this goes down. Like, even I mean, for all of us, even us that have been in it for a while, they think like, oh well, some new people might think like, oh well, the new guys know a way around the system, or they've done it for a while. That's why they always get all the test shots. It's not like that at all.
Well, like Bill is the master. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Dude, speaking of like being OGs, like your expectations are managed for sales like this. I feel like for the newcomers, like yes, they watch Bill's informational videos, but they don't quite get it until they're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Bill just sent. Yeah, so I figured Bill probably has a whole. I know he's got a whole strategy, and
Oh
number
yeah.
one,
Bring
whatever
Bill
it is-
in, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bring him in, dude.
I sent it over.
Oh, nice.
Like, and you're right, Eric. The milliseconds matter. So, like, remember when I said
Totally.
that? Like, I'd click checkout and then had to go back and put my security code in.
Yeah, yeah.
Those milliseconds.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. When you said you had to go back to put in your security, I was like, oh, he lost. I'm like, he lost. That was it. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Here we go.
What's going on, dude?
Bill,
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Can
Well-
you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, you're all
perfect.
good.
Not much.
welcome to your own Facebook group. Number one.
That's right.
And And welcome to the Hedgehog YouTube channel too, man.
Yes, my first time on the Saturday Day Live. I'm pumped here. I
Hell
can't
yeah.
stay long though because I got a thing to
worries.
go to. But
Oh,
No
good.
worries.
I thought I'd share that strategy I use. So
Yeah.
For it.
Yes.
So what I do, first of all, I do all the obvious things. I'm logged in and all that stuff, and so I'll open it. Sometimes it depends on what I want. So, I wanted to challenge myself this time to see if I could get two really popular ones. I figured at least Illythia was going to be like the number one first one to go. And so I first of all, I touched base with Trevor to see if he wanted me to try to grab him anything, because he was going to try to get one single Artemis to make sure he got it. I was okay with missing. If I swung and missed today, I would have been fine with it, right? Because my main thing is Cosmic, and I want to prep and be ready for that. So I was swinging for the fences. I probably would have gone for Illythia and Phobos, which I did see somebody who was able to snag both of those in the Cabal.
Nice.
I probably would have, but my strategy involved, first of all, I bought a gift card. So I used a gift card to check out. So I wanted to make sure the gift card was more than what I was buying. So I didn't want to go for Phobos because I had a feeling it would be just over 200 if I got Phobos and Illythia, and it turns out to be that was the case. It would have been like 225. So I wasn't ever going to go for Phobos and Illythia because of the size of the gift card I had. So I bought a $200 gift card, and I got to say, I think the gift card strategy works pretty well. And this is a small audience, so don't go spreading the word too much, everybody.
Yes.
I want to get a Cosmic. So,
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Cosmic, boop, there we go.
Oh, dude, love. So awesome.
Yeah.
It's
For
right over here.
there's a
Also,
So
love the
jealous right now.
Sphexian review. Great
Thank
review
you.
on the Sphexian
Yeah,
guard.
great review, dude.
I'll be recording the Olek Thygar one tomorrow probably, but I'll probably give it a couple days before I post it, just because I don't have a lot of other stuff going up next week, so I'll space it out a little bit. But
Yeah.
that review is
okay,
awesome.
so I was going for Illythia, and then I was like, okay, for myself, who would I want for myself? Because if I'm gonna buy them to practice, I'm gonna buy one I want. And I knew Baron, like same exact thing, Eric, that you were saying, like Baron Voligar is the perfect figure for this. It's got super unique pieces, tons of sculpture,
Yeah.
right? Like that, it's such a cool one for this. So, all right, so I knew what I wanted to get, and because of that, there's kind of like that quick look when you quickly scan the thing, and you got two 2.0 female figures, and there's that millisecond to figure out which is which, right?
Yeah.
So I knew right away that I wanted to sort them by price. So my main page that I was refreshing was the shop page, and it was sorted by price high to low. So that was like my first thing. So that's just, I know it's just a little more, slightly more organized. It's going to shave a half second off my strategy or whatever. So that's the page I'm refreshing. I also have my cart open in another tab. Okay. So the second tab has my cart open. As soon as I'm using Command R or Control R to refresh, so that my mouse can be handy and ready to go. And as soon as that page comes up, I go to Illythia, right click, open in a new tab. And then right to Baron, right click, open in a new tab. Then I go to each tab and just add to cart, next tab, add to cart, and then go to my cart and hit refresh. And I know that sounds almost overcomplicated, but it's doing these processes simultaneously rather than one after the other after the other. And again, it's little seconds here and there, but it's like shaving time off of those seconds. So those are almost like simultaneously being added to the cart. Then I just go to the cart and refresh. And prior to this, I had already copied the code. It's like a 16-digit code for the gift card. I had already had that copied to my clipboard. So I just went right in there, go in, check out, like not even looking at like shipping price. I don't care, like whatever it is. I'm not going to like sit there and be like, okay, $2 less or more, whatever. Check out, paste that in, and it goes in real quick. Like even with using your browser's autofill for doing the credit card, I still think the gift cards is slightly faster. Now, I don't want to say, hey, everybody go buy gift cards so that you can check out faster, because I don't want people to buy a gift card and then still swing and miss and then be pissed that they got a gift card for nothing. And
Yeah.
obviously most people are going to spend it eventually, but like still, like that's something you got to be aware of. Like you may still miss if you go and buy a gift card and try the gift card strategy. I'm okay with it because I know I forget the date, whatever the day they're going to do the figures that are like the standard versions of the Legion Con ones.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be dropping a couple $100 that day anyway, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm fine with having gift cards. You know, one thing that will happen is you'll want to make sure that the gift card is more than what you're buying, because otherwise then you're going to have to add a credit card too to make up the difference, right?
Right.
And the worry might be that if you're going to use the gift card on only a partial amount, like a $200 gift card, I used it on a $170 order. Where does that extra money go? It stays on that same code. So the next time I use that code, it's got $27 on it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's not a worry there either. But that was my strategy. Right click, new tab, add to cart, and then I have the cart open in another tab and I just refresh that and go, so that these processes are sort of happening in separate tabs simultaneously rather than one after the other.
That's like 12 more steps than what I took, and you still got something. Like, man.
But it's
that's
because
crazy.
I'm doing those
Awesome
steps
strategy, yeah.
simultaneously rather than one after the other. You're doing all those steps, but you're just doing them one after the other
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's all set up ahead of time. Because you're right. Even though my credit card information is saved like on my computer and it pops up, and that's still one extra click.
Yeah.
You know, one extra click. Add that, and then me having to put my security code in, that's another millisecond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're using the autofill on your credit card, I don't think that the gift card strategy is substantially faster. Like I think they're pretty close in speed. But I think that it's a little bit faster with the gift card, because you do the credit card first. You gotta select the credit card, right? You know, even with the autofill, you gotta select which one. Even if it's one, you just have to click that one.
Right.
Then you gotta put in, and you can copy and paste it, but like you still gotta put in the 3-digit code, right?
Yeah.
And then wait for that to sort of like fill in the fields. But with the gift card, it's like you just paste the code in and then you hit apply, and then has a little process. And there's Trevor right now. We were talking about this earlier.
Trevor came up a winner.
Yep.
Oh, did he get his Artemis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry
Nice.
to speak for you, Trevor, but I told him that I got Illythia for you, and I also told them that you got Artemis on your own. And that was a good strategy. Like, I've seen other people say, okay, I definitely want this figure. Like, I know for a fact I want this figure, so I'm going to go for the one, and then I'm going to have my wife or somebody else go for the other one, even if I have to eat the extra $8 in shipping or whatever. Like that's a good strategy too, to work as a team to try to get them. But I wouldn't work as a team to try to cheat the numbers either, though. Like that's
because you don't want it to be viewed as if you're making improper orders, because it might get canceled.
Hoarding test shots, right? Like the whole purpose is to spread these out. But
yeah, I would have the extra with having your cart open in a second browser is something that I don't know that I wouldn't have thought of, or if I'd thought of it, I would have been somehow in my head. I would have been concerned that would have been read as trying to make multiple orders at once. But it obviously
I don't think I don't think the site sees it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I have been on sites where that happens before. I'm trying to think of an example of that. But yeah, and I tested it out before by like pretending to buy gift cards. You know, I went in and just like practiced the.
That's what I did today.
You know.
That's what I did.
Which is nice, because usually during test shot sales, just leading up to it, there's nothing there to buy or to like pretend to buy, right?
Yeah. So here's a question. Well, obviously you didn't have this issue today, but what about the situation where if you try for one of the figures, get all the way to the pay point, then it reads it's sold out. you go back in, pick something else up, you're still going to, when you get to your cart, you're still going to have to actually click the remove button to remove the old figure. Is there any way to
Yeah.
avoid that you know of?
I don't know. I think that's an L. Like, I think you're just most likely going to be facing an L,
Mhm.
unless your second figure is the hands pack or something, right? Like, unless
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
second thing is something that's not going to go quick.
Yeah.
But you just, yeah. I mean, maybe that's another reason to have an extra tab with your cart in it to, like, while you're going back, just flip to that extra tab again and just like empty the cart, and then, like, while one page is loading, I know it's super fast and the internet's fast these days, but it still makes a difference. Like, one page is loading over here and one page is loading over there, and you're doing something on the other page that's loading.
Crazy.
Well, that was awesome, man. Thank you for
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
for that, dude. It's like I said, it's amazing to think of like how people do it, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
another big thing too that I was saying that earlier today is that even when it sells out, don't go anywhere. If you missed
Yeah.
out, refresh up to like 10 minutes later, 20 minutes
Yeah.
later. I'm not sure how long.
And if there's a very specific one you want,
Mhm.
I would recommend not refreshing the shop page with all of the figures on it. I would recommend refreshing the
Product.
page with that specific product on it.
Smart.
That, like, you're going to have a better shot at it that way, because there is, and again, a little bit of lag between there.
Yeah, that's why I was telling these guys I struck out my first go round, but then from refreshing, I ended up bagging an Artemis and a Valak, and those were
That's
both
awesome.
on after everything red sold out. So
Yeah.
I was like, that was pretty
That
awesome.
and I was listening to you while I was doing this, and that was quick. I wonder if those were declined cards rather than them
Deleted
checking orders and canceling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, it's tough to tell because everything's moving so fast. I mean, again, everything except for the wings and the hands and feet pack red is sold out to me 12:02.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. It's gone.
Do we know the numbers on these? Were they 20? Do we know anything, or we don't know, right?
I saw somebody.
Nobody. I mean, nobody that I know has said.
I haven't verified it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense, or 20 or something like it, because they were like Illythia must have been sold out in 30 seconds. Like, there's no way. I got to the pay page. It was, by the time she read it sold out to me, it was definitely less than 30 seconds. Or I think it was anyway. But so that's not too bad. So you got two. Here, let's grab some chat here.
Yep. So I'll have Baron for myself, and I got an Illythia for Trevor. And like I said, I did see one guy. I'm trying to think of who it was. I can't remember the name, but there was one guy who got Illythia and Phobos both in one order,
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of test shots overall? How many do you have?
I have one.
Yeah.
Just one. And mostly, like, I did today to practice, just to, like, see. I really wanted to see if the gift card strategy would work, and it did. It worked well.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to do that again next time for the Cosmic.
Are you going to try out next week as another trial run for the Deluxe Legion builders? And
No, I don't think so. Unless somebody hits me up and says, "Hey, can you try to get one for me?" Then I probably will not get anything next week.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford to be dropping $100 a week.
Yeah.
3 weekends in a row of just buying up all these test shots.
Yeah, because the big week for me where I really actually want to spend money is the final week with the Furious 4. I want a couple extra of those.
Oh, okay. Are you still going to be away for Cosmic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be skiing. I'm skiing that day. So my plan is to swing back to the condo. Like, there's a shuttle that takes you back and forth. So I don't have to, like, get too crazy with, like, getting all changed at the mountain and then coming up back or whatever. But yeah, I can swing back to the condo and just call it my lunch, just kind of like have lunch at the condo and then go back after.
Yeah, if you want another pair of hands to try to grab one for you in case you get hung up, I'm happy to try to get you one for Cosmic.
Sure.
I don't need tons and tons of test shots, but
yeah. And there's a little army, there's a little army that's Mostly again, I want to do it to do these reviews. Like I'm gonna have the second one up very soon, but there's a little army of caballers who are gonna try to help me out. So
Mhm.
hopefully we'll get it done.
So I don't know what time. I know you can't stay long, but while we had you too, this
Yeah.
like just like Ryan said, this vaccine review is awesome. I suggest everyone go check it out a couple of times.
Yeah.
But is there anything specific from now handling one of these figures, like a number one takeaway that this feels different than the prior Legions figures because of something?
No, it's mostly the sculpture
Mhm.
that is the standout thing to me right now. Because I can't really, these aren't going to be a good example of saying, hey, these move different or they feel different because they're test shots and they don't move the same way that the final product is going to move. They feel very similar in many ways, right? Like you have the same construction, right? Like, the upper arms, the elbows, the gauntlets, like it's all the same construction, just different sculpture. And I haven't messed around with trying to, like, I don't think Oleg's thing comes off. I don't think his sort of backpack thing is meant to come off, but I do think it might come off on the Svexian, but again, it's not my figure, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. The neck is cool. So again, I'm not removing the neck because it's not my figure, but this this piece right here
Mhm.
is swappable. I got the bag of parts right here.
Yeah, I'd be scared as hell to handle that thing.
Yeah, and especially
I
a
felt
lot
you
of
on the
these-
video. You're like, I don't want to go too far with this. I'm like, dude, I'd be so.
For some
so
reason, they
scared.
did all of the accessories, and I don't know if this is going to be true across the other lines, but for these two cosmic figures, in the test shot for them, they did all of the accessories in the super rigid, stiff, like you can hear them rattling.
Yeah,
around,
yeah, I
right?
could hear that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's that plastic, right? But yeah, here's the neck, right? So this neck over here, right? It swaps out, and they're just different. One's like got no suit, like this is for the unmasked head, right?
Okay.
But you can see where the peg is, and like this is clearly an alien neck, right? Like it's different. But I think you'll be able to swap this in with a standard neck and then just put a human head on there.
Mm.
So that was kind of neat. I thought the shape of the neck and the angle of it and stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's cool. It's a
Right,
cool
but
neck piece. Yeah.
From there down, it's the standard neck. And what else stood out to me? Yeah, I mean, again, it's all about how crazy detail, and my lights aren't great now, but the sculpture is just crazy.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I can't wait for that whole wave to come out, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
The ports have me kind of excited, right? Like,
Yeah, it's almost like a Centurions type thing, right?
yeah, exactly. Like they have the circle port, and there's a bunch of these holes on the figures, right? And unfortunately I don't have the little adapter pieces, the one that's just the peg. But for example, you could peg that piece onto the gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever they want to do with those ports in the future, the sky's the limit in terms of
with the 3D printed parts, possibilities. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. Yep. Stuff to put in those ports, weapons, shields, you name it.
Tentacles,
anything. There's gonna be so much good stuff.
Other heads.
And I'm hugely grateful to Jeremy for sending me out and trusting me with his, fragile pieces here for the reviews. So
absolutely, man. That's
gets
awesome.
People excited for the line.
Has it ever? I haven't seen it. Has it ever happened like this where the test shots went up for sale before the wave hit? Where it was test shots?
No, this is the first time.
I think it did for Wave 1, they said, and I wasn't around for that, but they
Oh.
said they did that for the very first Kickstarter wave, that that was the first time people handled them was test shots on that one.
Oh,
Huh.
that's
And they lingered. Like they didn't really sell out on the
Yeah, I was
site.
gonna say, I bet you they were totally unpopular too. Who would have known, right?
so good.
I mean, you know, just on a base level of like value, like it is definitely a hard sell for a lot of people to be like, hey, this figure with no paint, it costs more, right? Like
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that have a hard time getting around that that notion of
Yeah, you're the guy that's like, yeah, I don't really want this Otho that's in my cart. Test shot,
Yeah.
freaking delete.
Yeah.
Years later, you're like, why?
that today. I can't even imagine.
yeah, I could have used that to fund the entire wave of test shots today.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was telling these guys before. So in my possession, I just have one. I got a Malifar test shot, and that was kind of my strategy for that. That was my first ever test shot in stock sale. And I went in saying, all right, I'm not going to try to get Arathir. It's going to be, the chances of getting him are going to be so low. I'm going to pick another character that I think will be less popular than the top of the line characters, but somebody I really want. And it just so happened that I love the Malifar figure and character from that line. So it was easily, I'm going for that one. And that was sort of smooth sailing. I remember when I got him, I was like in and out, got him, no problem. And I think it was because I was probably fighting against a lot less people because of the character.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people who bought like Bardrick today or some of the ones that aren't the flashiest, most like, I think vampires just naturally sell better. So,
Yeah.
and, you know, and like you said, Jonathan, like there's kind of precedent for that in vampire fiction, right? With the, you know, the statuization of the old time vampires or whatever. But I think even today, some people who got something like a single Bardrick probably had no problem as long as they were on there right at the start, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you said you had a strategy, I was thinking it was just, you know, like making sure everything's like kind of like the stuff everybody knows, but like
Just repeating the same stuff.
Yeah, you went above and beyond.
It's, you know, and that's really hard to type out. Like what I described as my strategy, it's hard to type that all out and like to explain that in a chat, you know? So,
Yeah. That's
but
awesome.
yeah, so I got to bounce. Oh, wait, one more. Did you guys talk about the PowerCon thing yet?
Not
No,
yet.
no,
Oh no,
not yet.
the new the
The
Belphegor
teaser.
Demistros.
Yeah. I did a breakdown of that. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but
No, I didn't.
I tried to like gather as much of the side conversations about it as I could. So when you get, I don't know if you want to talk about it now, but I could run through them. But
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to pull it up now.
you know, there was a lot of people looking at the main post from PowerCon, and then there was Jeremy went on the Wolf King Customs live stream yesterday, and then he was popping in and out of various conversations, and so I tried to gather as much of the info as I could. And some of the highlights are that this is going to be sold at PowerCon by the PowerCon organizers. It's not going to be sold by the Four Horsemen. It's not going to be at their
I
booth.
see that.
There will be a non-exclusive version of this. It'll be sold online at a later date by Four Horsemen. It will not have this. It will be missing something from the exclusive. So there will be. This is very much like the Legions Con figures, where it's like you're going to get another release. There's going to be something exclusive about it. Probably the packaging as well. It's not being sold by Four Horsemen at the con. This is something that the PowerCon people ordered to sell the same way Jeremy and drawing a blank, Joe. The way they do it with those figures, right? And it's not going to replace the usual PowerCon tribute figures, which have traditionally been the Masters of the Universe tributes. Like this is not going to replace those. So whatever Four Horsemen does at their table, that's like they're going to have their own thing going on there. So this figure is not replacing those. It's an original character. It's not a tribute. I think they said it's somewhat like influenced a little bit by things. Like they mentioned the Gothotropolis figures, but it's not like it's a brand new character. My guess is there might have been some the guys who run PowerCon maybe were involved in helping design it or something, but it's, this is something totally new. It's not in the lore of Legions or Mythos, so it's not of Mythos or Cosmerium, so it's not a Legions figure branding wise, but it's described as it will fit right in with the theme of the year, which is as they announced, the Necronominus theme. And then I tried to look at the parts. There's one photo. So the photo that the Horseman posted is a little bit slightly more zoomed in than the photo that PowerCon posted. And in the PowerCon photo, you can see a slight hint of the chest, and you can see a little bit of a line, and it looks very much like the chest piece is the Vorthog chest, the chest with the sort of the angled lines. And I posted a picture in the Cabal, but it's got those angled. It's do I have it around here? No, I don't. The Vorthog chest.
Yeah.
Which you can't see it in this shot, but you can on the PowerCon post.
Mm.
And then were there any other things? And yeah, that's pretty much all of it. I tried to aggregate the info, so I thought that'd be useful here.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool that they're doing it totally separate as a PowerCon release figure, not a Four Horsemen Studios. So that means that's 3 new figures for PowerCon then.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
So is that a new neck piece, or have we gotten that neck piece before?
That's Baron Voligar's neck piece.
Yeah, Baron
Oh, it
Voligar
is.
too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I already disassembled it, but I posted a picture in the Cabal today.
I saw that.
bashed together the parts that it has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, seen that.
Oh, and Jeremy confirmed it has armored arms in that same conversation on my post in the Cabal.
Mm.
Somebody's, I think it was Eric Miller, said, "Hey, I wonder if this has skeletal arms," and Jeremy confirmed it would have armored arms.
Mm. Interesting.
It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I dig
do
it.
like the patina
I dig
on
it.
So
Yeah, it makes sense to use that head as a straight up skull.
that. Yeah.
Just bone. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I'm really wondering whose input influenced this. I mean, if it was like I said, a PowerCon kind of thing. I wonder if someone like Pixel Dan or somebody had an influence on hey, okay, these are the parts we want to put together and make this figure for our show.
Yeah, or maybe somebody had somewhat designed a character and had a vague sort of general, this is not a good comparison, but how Megalopolis had a figure from Boss Fight. Remember that? They had their mascot became a figure. This could almost be, maybe this is a PowerCon mascot or something like that. Or
Yeah, who knows? It's cool though, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
I dig it.
And I like that they're just teasing it, we'll get maybe in a couple of weeks we'll get the full reveal, but just getting that teaser is fun because it's fun to speculate and wonder what it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm still a little unclear as to what he represents. Is he just, if he's not really a part of anything, but he's still a Mythic Legions figure, does that mean he's just an exclusive, or?
Yeah, I mean, he's not a. Yeah, I guess the question is it going to be some other brand, right? If it's not a Mythic Legions figure, it's not a Cosmic Legions figure, it's not a Figura Obscura, or maybe it is a Figura Obscura. I doubt that though. But it's it's neither of those things. What's it going to be called? Just a Four Horsemen PowerCon exclusive? Could be, right? Could be just PowerCon is the brand, and then that's just Four Horsemen is the maker.
Yeah. So meanwhile, I guess the other news is All Stars is on its way.
Excited for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very excited.
I feel like I ordered that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, seriously.
Quick turnaround on that one.
Way quick turnaround.
AWOC Wave 1 is also on its way.
Nice. Oh, and the I would assume the tactics figures should be on the water now too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Those will
said,
probably take longer to ship because they have to put orders together that have all sorts of weird trinkets and things, right? So
yeah. Oh, there you go with Kevin Boots saying that, that it's outside the canon, but still related in some way to Gothtropolis.
Oh yeah, during the live he did somebody. That's right. Somebody, was it a zombie? Somebody
Yeah.
mentioned something that reminded them of something that was related to Gothropolis, and I didn't recognize what he was referring to. And Jeremy's like, you know what? He's like, a lot of people here probably aren't going to get that reference, but I do. And he said something to the effect of, "You're not wrong."
that
or
resemblance is not an accident, he said.
yeah.
Mm.
There you go. So there you go.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bounce out of here. I gotta go to my daughter's performance in a little bit. And thank you for letting me jump on and crash the show.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thanks
hopping
for coming in, dude.
Oh,
Have a
dude.
great one, dude.
Anytime,
All right, guys.
my man.
Later.
See you later.
All right. Well, so that was pretty cool.
Hell
We got
yeah.
a guest lecture from Professor Dorklet.
Seriously, bro. Like,
Dropping some
like I
knowledge.
said, all those extra steps he said he took to like get that information, like drag and dropping into, dude, that was way too many steps already. I was like, I took, like I said, like 6 less steps and I still lost. I'm like, I don't know how the hell he did that fast. That's crazy.
Because I think he's
Good
just
for
got it
him,
all
man.
set
Good
up.
for him.
He's got it all set up. Like, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
That's the way
Yeah.
you think about it. He's got it all set up, and like when it hits 12, he's already going, and it's like, I bet
Yeah.
it's actually
freaking-
being super fast.
Like you said, and each step he's shaving off like a half a second. It's like that's how much it matters.
Which
That's
is,
crazy.
I don't know, man. I think that's fun. You know what I mean? I know people are going to complain about it, but like, I've said this before. I like having both. You know, like the long pre-orders for like incredibly exquisite figures, but you know you're going to get them. You can plan
Yeah.
ahead for them, and you don't have to worry about that. I'm fine with waiting. That's cool. But it's what makes that better for me is every once in a while having an in-stock sale drop and or an in-stock surprise drop. I love the surprise drops, like the
Yeah.
figure, the way they do Figura Obscura. I freaking love it, and I also love the fact that it's one of those things you can order a four horseman figure that you've never seen before, and it might show up at your house within like a couple of weeks. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I love that.
And you have a way better chance of getting it.
Yes.
Like I said, from the first few in stock sales to the big Exodus sale that they had. I mean, like I said, I tried in each and every one, and I just got murdered in every one of those. So I just realized a long time ago like how this works and how very few very talented keyboard bandits can get in there and do something like what Bill did and get what they came in for and get out.
So did you guys ever, I think it was My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me, they actually interviewed Chris. I don't want to say his last name because I'm going to butcher it. Gorwich.
Yeah.
And during the weekly in stock sales, when they would put up like 6 or so figures of older figures, like the Fury Clan work and stuff like that, he said that people were able to get all 6 of the figures, and he would actually call them to see how the hell they did it. Because he was like, "Well, are you cheating?"
Yeah, like how did you get? How do you get all 6? That's crazy.
Did he reveal what did they say what their process was?
He did not.
Huh. I guess probably if the loophole isn't closed, or even if maybe it's not a loophole, maybe it's something legit that it's a good strategy and why give it away,
Yeah.
So I guess I think the spirit of it is to try to get as many into people's hands as possible. Yeah, and Trevor's saying the same thing.
Multiple browsers.
And again, that's not something I would have done on my own because again, I would have been concerned that might have registered as multiple sales, and I wouldn't want it to get it canceled. But apparently, that's not really an issue.
Yes, Joseph, I did. Did you guys happen to catch that?
No. I mean I'd heard dates before. Like, wasn't it? It was supposed to start last spring, right?
I
Then
do
it's it.
not remember.
Yeah.
Well, I remember. I mean, yeah, he like I said, he's had him around for a while. I remember he had that big display at Legion's Con 2021.
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to be sometime soon. I just didn't know when. But good
So
for
it's
him, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. He's been working on that for a while, so that's awesome for him.
yeah. I remember it because when he had it set up this year, I went by and he had that little sign that said that pending license or approval. That was hysterical. And he was like, "Yeah, I always wait to see who's going to get that and who's not."
It's awesome.
Yeah. So
Like
yeah.
you said,
No, go ahead.
no, like you were saying, like all the new stuff that's coming in along with, like I said, with everything else, is like even missing out on some of these test shots. Even if you had a favorite or something that you were really trying for, man, there's so much on the water right now that's like it's going to be ridiculous. Like how much cool new stuff that we're going to be getting.
Yeah. I mean, all right. The All-Star Wave. I got an all-in of that coming.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 2-pack from the Tactics Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic, I have an all-in plus a couple more. That's supposed to hit in the summer. I'm assuming June or July it'll hit.
Do you have any of the deluxe tactic builder packs?
No,
You didn't order any of them? No.
Nope. I did not. Did you?
I ordered one of each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got both the male female orcs and the male and female elves packs
Yeah.
is what you got? Right on. So you got one of each then.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hello, Curtis.
I ended up getting what the hell did I get? I don't even remember how many I ordered. I know I ordered 8, but I think I just did like 6 of the like orc packs and like maybe 2 of the male elf packs, I think. I mean, like I said, I changed it so many times I can't even remember anymore. But then I did get a couple of the Gorgo Attila 2 packs. So I was really stoked about that.
Dude, Attila looks fantastic. I can't wait to
Yeah.
get him. Like, I'm
Yeah.
excited for both, but Attila more than Gorgo.
Yeah, Attila looks freaking awesome, dude. That new hammer that he has is so freaking wicked.
Hell yeah.
Curtis. Oh man.
Yeah, Eric always double checks with me. He's like, "All right, so blah blah blah, my time, right?"
Yeah.
Make sure. That's a mistake that I could definitely make. Listen, we're happy to have you whenever you show up, Curtis.
Absolutely. To talk about our dolls.
Exactly, man.
Okay, speaking of the dolls, Mezcos, so we had another. They had another pre-order go up. The Lord of Tears, the owl guy. Basically, it's a guy. Obviously, I guess it's a horror movie. I guess, and I'm not familiar with it at all. But guy with a giant owl head is kind of cool looking. But I did not pre-order him. Did anybody else take a look at that?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, like I said, I don't really, you know me, I'm not big on the Mezco thing. So I saw it, I was like, what the hell is that? And just all right. I guess if that's somebody's thing. I like I said, I don't recognize the property at all. So I didn't know what it was.
It looks great. Like the figure looks great. It just didn't grab me. Plus, I feel it didn't really come with as much as they usually give you.
Oh,
I
it's
know
lacking in accessories, huh?
like you got like what was it, an altar, I guess it was, and just like a little odds and ends. But like I watched the trailer because I also didn't know where it came from. In the trailer, dude, it is bizarre, and you have no idea what the hell is going on for this movie.
Is it like an old like 50s or 60s like B movie, like a horror movie, or like where's the property from?
It looks newer. So somebody was saying that apparently it was like this hoax that took on like it became like a viral video, and then it turned into like a movie or something like that. But
Like
I
a
don't,
Blair Witch Project thing or something?
yeah, kind of something along those lines.
Yeah. Huh.
And I
Weird.
still have no idea what the hell it's about. But it would fit right in with like Nosferatu and like Theodore Sodcutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
RG, what's going on, man?
There's the altar. Yeah, this is some wacky stuff, huh? Can you see that?
Like it's creepy.
Yeah,
For
it is
sure.
creepy. Yeah. It's crazy. Lord of Tears.
Big claw hands. Yeah, that's a creepy owl guy.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
like you said, as far as accessories are concerned, yeah, it doesn't really come with much.
yeah. It seems like that. What's up, Archie? The $95 price point. That's kind of like the that's your base price now, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't that long. Well, no, I wanted to say it, but I thought it was not that long ago that I thought I remembered a base figure being 85, but that's probably been at least a year, maybe more.
So
Those are
was
expensive little
Doctor
figures.
was Dr. Fate 85 or was he 90?
I can tell you. I can tell you in just a moment.
I'm trying to remember because I remember the first one I ever bought was the first ever Mezco I ever got was the Michael Myers. And I think was that 80 when it dropped? Or was
That
it
might have been.
less?
I'm not sure.
I think I
Because
want to say I paid 80
yeah.
for that figure.
They do make lovely dolls.
They're beautiful dolls.
With clothes that you can dress them up however you want.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the I'm not bitching about it. I'm still waiting on the 89 Batman.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
anybody order
I
that?
know a lot of people are.
Now I'm back. All right, sorry. Every time I go blank like that, it's because I'm looking at multiple web pages. Okay, no, Dr. Fate was 95,
Oh, damn.
but he comes with a ton of accessories, though.
Yeah.
He's a great figure. He's one of my favorite figures. I was gonna say my favorite Mezcos, but he's one of my favorite figures. I think the whole Mezco style works perfect, especially for him. But I bet for a lot of superheroes, like the cape is great. The golds are shiny. Tons of magic effects. Like he looks awesome on the stand with shooting out a magic effect. The helmet lights up, but it just doesn't turn because it's the old light setup with him. So yeah, Dr. Fate was 95, and that was 2020.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if there was much else in was there much else in like news about stuff that was coming out?
There's a show going on called Legion's Con. I don't know what that's all about.
Oh. I haven't heard that one yet. Is that like a newer show that just popped up?
Something.
Here, I gotta stop just for a second. I'll be right back.
The freaking there was another bloodbath trying to get a room for that place for some people because, like I said, all those blocks already sold out. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Amber let me know as soon. She was like, "Oh, did you see all the information went up?" And I hopped right on the Cabal, went to Jeremy's post, went to book. That was the first thing I did was I booked the room.
Yeah,
because I had a feeling it was going to be like absolutely crazy. And then not even a half hour later after I booked, it was sold out.
yeah. Like I said, we were fortunate enough to get our information, beforehand and got to book our room. So I was already set and ready to go. But like I said, I was not going to wait for the public release. You know what I mean? And like be like, okay, like now I'm going to do it because that's insane. Even with as many more rooms as they got, like I know I was like, dude, this show's just going to blow up. So yeah, I got
And
mine.
hopefully-
When are you guys coming in?
So we just did the whole thing, the Wednesday, and then check out Monday morning.
Okay, so you're actually checking in on Wednesday?
Yeah, it like
Okay.
I'm not even putting in for intern because I'm not someone else can go because we went 2 years in a row.
Right. Yeah, we talked about
So
that. Yeah.
I honestly just want to go in, and if anybody's there for intern, I just want to hang out before they
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm flying in. I'm landing in Newark at like 9:58 a.m. on Thursday morning. So I'll be there bright and early in the morning.
nice.
Yeah, so
I'll
and
be
like
there
I
waiting.
said, I'm not trying to get to intern or anything as
Yeah,
well. I just want to, like I said, I just it's like my mini vacation, dude. It's just like
same.
I'm gonna hook up with you guys and Greg. Greg will probably pick us up. Me and my son, he'll probably pick us up from the airport, and we'll probably end up either hanging out with Greg or you guys or Brian. So we'll hook up with something. But that's awesome. Yeah, I'm stoked. I do kind of want to jump in someone's car and head down to the studio on Friday to see maybe if the guys will let us sneak in for
Yeah,
get a couple peeks because I just want to like even the just the parking lot sessions, hanging out in the parking lot, you know what I mean, and just vibing with everybody down there. It's like so cool. I mean,
yeah,
I'd rather be there on Friday than at the hotel just waiting to like for setup time to start. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So yeah,
So-
like I said, I definitely want to get involved.
And then, like, have you looked at like the hotel at
Yeah.
all?
No. I just looked at the pictures that they had done. I had to go back to the hotel website and see if I could see more. But
So
it looks fantastic, dude.
the lobby has tons of chairs as opposed to like a
Yeah.
couple that the last one had.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they also, Jonathan was telling me that they also, well, he told us that they also have a bar area, so
Yeah.
we can like spill out into the lobby and the bar,
Yeah.
so we'll have more space, which
Yeah.
would be dope.
I'm eyeballing that outside patio area with the fucking
Yeah,
with the fire pit. I'm like, "Oh, it's going to be on and cracking out there."
dude, they picked a stellar place for this year.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an upgrade, and hopefully
Yeah.
both of the elevators work.
Hey, you know what's funny? When I did my booking, I selected for a lower floor room this time because the last
Nice.
time I was on I think we were on the ninth floor at
Yeah,
the last one. I was on the ninth floor, so it's like to try to get the elevator all the way up to that bastard. It was like, especially with that broke ass elevator, I was like, oh shit! Like sometimes it took me a while to get back upstairs. You know what I mean? So
dude. Well, go. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I ended up getting my room on like the second floor, like of this hotel. I'm like, I'm booking on a low floor, so if I have to take
Yeah,
the steps or something goes wrong with that damn elevator, I'm close.
dude. Well, Curtis was waiting. We came out of the floor, and Curtis was waiting. And I was like, oh, I guess we'll just wait with you because it was me and Amber.
Yeah,
And somebody went in, and they had like their wagons, but there
yeah.
was still room. So Curtis could have went on, I could have went on, and Amber could have went on. They held the door open too long, and when Curtis went to get on, the door wouldn't even stop when he put his arm there.
Oh
I think
damn.
did I see that? I think I saw that, didn't I?
I think you were there because there were a bunch of us sitting there waiting for like 10 minutes for this fucking elevator, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Yeah, like it was hot. And then just having an elevator just out, like the other one was just, it was like, that was one thing that kind of like I never even think about that, but when I think about it, I'm like, man,
Mhm.
that's why during Mythic Conversations, a couple people were in the chat were like, yeah, how are the elevators? Are the elevators okay? And I think he didn't remember or whatever, because he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the elevator should be fine. Like he's like, what are you doing? Elevators? People are worried about the elevators here,
Oh, that's funny.
but.
Oh man.
But I can tell you, so I've been to this place before. Like I've been to like different meetings and events and stuff there. Like it's literally like 10 minutes from my office. This
Nice.
hotel. So I don't know how I can take advantage of that yet. And it's only like, what did I say? Like 40 minutes maybe from my house.
Mm-hmm.
Not even that far from my house. But I got a room for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice.
But I was thinking about maybe releasing Thursday because Thursday's intern for a day, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably won't be. I'm not gonna be there anyway.
Yeah.
But I can go to work that day and go right from the office over to like the hotel or whatever if I want to meet up with people for dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
home.
we'll be there. Ryan's gonna be there Wednesday, and I'll be checking in Thursday morning, like probably just after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So yeah, we're there for the whole weekend too. I'm actually flying back home on Monday at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'll be able to just sleep in and just what I mean, just enjoy the whole thing.
That's the
Oh,
one thing I
yeah.
did do is adding the adding Sunday night. So I got the hotel just Friday and Saturday this past year, which was awesome because the year before I just drove back and forth.
Yeah.
Which is cool to have that option. I'm like it. I'm very appreciative that I don't have to book a flight. That's awesome for people that do. But there's nothing that can really replace being there. And
Yeah.
so then like you're just there. You can hang out with everybody as late as you want, and then just go to your room and go to bed. And you're also there the whole time, so you have more chances of just running into whoever at any particular time. There's just more chances for that to happen, and it will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Go ahead.
last year we stayed that Sunday night, and dude, it is very beneficial because we stayed and partied most of Sunday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
We
feel
were,
like
we were with you on that one.
yeah,
Yeah, that's part of too. You get by doing that, you get a whole other night.
Yeah.
And even like if you have to leave that day, like even if like let's say you're not leaving till Sunday night, like I didn't leave till either late in the afternoon, early evening Sunday anyway.
Mm.
I had checked out, put my stuff in my car, and I was still hanging out for a couple hours after that.
Yeah.
But like the whole time, it's kind of like, all right, well, I got to get in my car and drive home in a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's not the same as like, all right, I'm staying another night. So I'm
Yeah.
all about adding that level of relaxation and just chill factor to being there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Totally beneficial for a huge weekend like that. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be mind numbing. I played it kind of smarter this year too for myself. Last year's show, I ended up getting a single king in my room. And this year, I ended up booking a room with 2 queens. And I just opened up the option for myself to have somebody that might have been looking for, the same thing I was, that kind of a little bit of the savings for the weekend. And I partnered up with freaking Noah Pratt. Me and Noah are going to stay in the
nice.
same room. And me, Noah, and my boy. So I was
Nice.
like, hey, dude, like I got a room with 2 queens. Like, if you want to split the room, he's like, yeah, let's go for it for sure. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. And I just did it just for that reason too. Cause I mean, obviously it's like, I don't know, the bill's like, 700 plus or something like that for all the nights we're staying, but split
Yeah.
that in half and it's totally manageable. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Where last year I rode that all on my own. I was like, damn, why did I do that to myself? There was plenty of people here I would totally not have minded like staying with, you know what I mean? Like, and as little time as we're actually in those rooms over the course of the weekend, dude, we're out of those rooms so much. It's like, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. First of all, Noah's awesome anyway.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
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 And then on top of it, like, you guys are probably both, you have a table again, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are both going to be presenting.
Yeah.
You're barely going to be in that room except to sleep pretty much.
Yeah. It's it. Yeah. Like I said, a couple hours, then right back out the door. I mean, that's basically how I could probably count in minutes how long I was in my room last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I told myself even this past year, I'm like, yeah, it's be cool because I'll be there all day, walking around and stuff. I'll probably even like go up in the middle of the day and take a nap. I don't think I ever did though.
Yeah. Yeah. That didn't happen for sure.
So are you going down pajamas in the early morning as soon as it opens? Be
Hell yeah.
comfortable.
Absolutely. It's going to be a new Legion's Con tradition. Going down in my monster slippers.
I envy you, sir.
Jammies. Just rolling
Dude,
out.
you looked hella comfortable, dude.
It really was. It was awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
like that was like the first morning. I wasn't even trying to wait in the lines or anything, but I kind of followed you, Ryan, to the second line. Like if you weren't going in the horseman line, like at 9 o'clock to just get in, you could pretty much just get in. You know, you could just walk into the con.
And that's the whole reason that, because we were there with Greg McTavish,
Mhm.
and I took what Jeremy said to heart. He just said you got to decide on what kind of experience you want at the convention.
Mhm.
He said, do you want to see the floor first and get like a feel for everything, or do you want to go to the horseman table and then the exclusives and stuff like that? And he was not wrong. The exclusives lasted all day.
Oh
You had
yeah, more than
ample
all
time
day.
to get
Yeah.
it, so you didn't have to rush, which was nice.
Yeah.
They
Totally.
lifted the limits, right?
And there was still some left
And there was still plenty left. Yeah.
after the limit was lifted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, the only like, it's kind of crazy how big it is now. Like, it's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Because at first, like months ahead of Legion's Con, one of the benefits of being at a con with the horsemen is if you get to the table at the right time, either
Mhm.
first thing in the morning or you just happen to be there when they pull up a couple of badass back in the day figures. You know,
Mhm.
they only have a few usually. And I'm like, well, if I'm staying in the hotel both days, like one of the mornings, I'll be able to get there and be one of the first people at the table. And it's like, nope, hell no, man. You're sleeping in the hallway if you want any shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm
Definitely.
like,
Yeah.
I'm probably
Yeah.
not going to do that though.
Like I said, there's nothing on that table that, I mean, I don't know, to me that would have even been worth, like I said, putting myself through that, sleeping in the hallway to do. But kudos to those dudes that do it. I mean, and then like I said, a lot of those guys were like, you know, Ishwar and all his crew. I mean, those guys they buy in huge quantities. So I mean, I could understand like what their process is, but just to be in line for a single figure or like the chance to get the exclusive, like you had so much time to, like you said, just go right through the doors and 86 the line for a couple of hours and just walk through the show and totally enjoy yourself. I mean, there was so much to see there that, like I said, and then just get in line later on during the day. There was plenty of time to get all that stuff. So I'm figuring that's the way it's going to be going, forward. So it's like, that's kind of something to let people know, especially newcomers to the show, that, like I said, it's enjoy the show first. Don't
Yeah.
worry about the exclusive line because it
Yeah.
won't say, it's not going to sell out. I mean,
You're
I
fine.
don't know. You're fine. Yeah, you're totally
Yeah,
fine. Especially like I said, they put the limits on it and everything, and it's like, I mean, it was like the what they did with the Gerard figure, which I thought was a great process.
Mhm.
And I don't know if they were doing it this year because I know they didn't do it to mine, but where if you bought an exclusive, they would
Got the
hole
clip.
punch they would
Yeah.
hole punch your thing so that you couldn't come back a second or third like double dipping or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, I hope that people will understand that this is not one of those con exclusives that if you're not the first like 100 people in line, you're going to miss out. You're not. You're totally not.
which is awesome because
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
it's kind of like it's like a Black Friday sale, and the things they're advertising, they have two of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but no, there will be plenty of exclusives. If you
Yeah.
go to one and you want one, you'll be able to get one. Personally, for me, like, listen, somebody might be like, I'm willing to, like, number one, maybe they want maybe they're down to like sleep in the hallway. That's part of the experience. They want to be able to say that they did that. You know what I mean? And they were the first one or the third one at the table.
Oh
And
yeah, to each his own for sure.
And I will say, like I told you guys this before, that the anniversary Equijon being there was tempting. That would have been something I would have been happy to get there. And I don't know if this was ever corroborated or not. Did you guys hear? I was told at least that there was at least one or more Vorgus.
That
there.
I heard the same. I don't know if it was confirmed, but I heard the same rumor.
Yeah.
Vorgus at where? At Legion's Con last
At
year?
the Horseman.
At the Horseman table at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Someone said they just threw him out like midday.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not hear that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome. That's awesome for somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what? Hold
Especially
on.
if you got it at table price for like $40. Whoa, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this wrong. Mock Symbiont.
Yeah, Mock Symbiont.
I do agree that I feel like they should monitor the line a little bit, but I think Jeremy did say something about that he's gonna like have some type of security measure for people like jumping the line like that? Because I did hear that was a huge problem.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'd see stuff like that. I did not know that was happening or I mean, like I said, obviously I was in the show, so I wouldn't know what the hell was
Yeah.
going. But I mean, I walked away from my table and was walking up and down the line and like talking to people all day and stuff. And I went out there with Walter and stuff. And but yeah, I didn't know people were doing that. And that, like I said, stuff like that. No, like I mean, I don't know if it's like no one wants to be the bad guy in line and say something, you know what I mean? But I mean, because obviously we all come from the same like positive community and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, I don't know if no one wanted to step up and say anything, but yeah, that's kind of that's a bum deal. Like, I mean, obviously, like you say, if you've got 6 or 7 people ahead of you, you're like, okay, I'm like 7th in line, I'm good to go. And then, the doors open and there's 40 people in front of you. You're like, wait a minute, what? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I slept here on the floor last night. Where did these people come from? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
nah.
Absolutely.
Jonathan just rolls up with his pajamas on. You're like, what? Hey,
Like, hold on.
hold
I'm
on.
Hedgehog Action. You don't know who I am. I'm always first.
That's what Jonathan said to a bunch of people in line as he cut in front.
Hedgehog Action here. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I roll up with my grizzly bear slippers on. Who's saying no?
Dude, okay, I totally have something to admit. I want to say it was the at the tail end of Sunday. I was I was at my table and we were kind of closing down the show and it was kind of the closing time and I was walking around because I had a couple like of my customs I wanted to give to people, so I was like walking to different tables and like giving customs to friends and stuff. And I wasn't even like looking for anything or wasn't even, I had no intention of buying anything other than the exclusives obviously over the weekend at the table. And I walked up to the table like just from the showroom floor. I just walked up to the table and there was still like a line out the door. And I just walked up to the table and I think it was George. He's like, what's up, dude? He's like, what do you want? And like people just turned around and looked at me. I'm like, just give me a couple of Valix and like 4 of those. And then he just like handed them over to me and I walked right to the register. And I thought about it when I did it. I was like, that was such a dickhead move.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a I'm late night LeBron move right there. Like they know me, don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
as your attorney, I'm advising you not to say anything else.
Yeah. So I did something similar, but I gave someone. So it was Darius and I believe it's AJ or KJ. I forget. Forgive me if I got it wrong. But he was like, "Oh, do you need something?" And all I wanted was a hand pack. I handed him a 20. He was like, "All right, I got it for you." Am I a dick for that, or am I good?
No,
Yeah,
you're good, bro.
fine.
You're good. Yeah, I pulled the dickhead move. And I pulled the dickhead move, and I didn't even realize I had done it. And I was like, until I like was like, dude, did I just like get dibs on the figures?
No,
like they just saw me, and they're like, oh, what does Eric? Like they stopped the line. Like, what does Eric need? What do you need, man?
Yeah. Hold on, peasants.
Yeah.
Bring me a Baldric.
Yeah.
Class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
I don't even want them. Just give me 2.
Oh man.
I didn't buy any. I only bought the exclusives. I think it was the end of the day, one of those 2 days when it was like really near the end. And there was one of the only times where there wasn't much of a line. So I hopped in, got there, and there was really almost nothing left on the table. But Eric Treadway was there, and I was like, "Oh, dude!" I'm like, "Will you? Can I get Cameron? Well, Cameron first. I saw Eric, and I asked Cameron. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to be weird, but like, if I grab a figure, do you think Eric would sign it?" And Cameron was like, "Yeah, for sure." And I was like, "All right, sweet." I'm like, "What? Which one?" I picked up Baron Boligar because
I sent you an image right now. I'll send you a couple more. I forgot to do that earlier. Sorry.
Oh damn, dude! I saw that shot. That's a Nate Strong shot, right?
Yeah, and we got the man himself. We got the man
killer
himself
shot.
here. So yeah. Oh man, epic, dude.
It's beautiful.
Oh man, but
Dude,
yeah, like I said,
Trevor's
that
got
was
you,
funny.
man. Trevor said they're okay with you coming up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it didn't. I mean, like I said, it was so late in the day. It wasn't like I went like as the doors opened or something. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it was so late in the day. But I did. But like I said, I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even actually going to buy anything. But as I was walking past the table, like I just stopped to like, okay, what's still on the table? Like, what do they still have? So I was kind of like looking over everybody's shoulders at the inventory, and then there was still tons and tons of figures. There was no way they were selling out of anything. I mean, obviously they might have sold out of a couple of things, but there was still, I mean, all the way across that table set, there was tons of figures. So I was just kind of browsing over and looking, and then like I said, George just like spotted me and like we caught eyes. He's like, "What do you need, dude?" Like, you know what I mean? He's like, "Hold up." He's like, "What can I get you?" I was like, "Oh," well, I guess, since I'm here." I'm like, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, man. Dude, what is your excitement level at now
Oh my
for
god, dude. It's already through the roof, dude.
yeah.
It's already through the roof. And like I said, for us, and I know, like I said, we're all action figure geeks. The figures are great. For us, as we know, because we've experienced it before, it's just being around you guys again in person, like having all of us as a community, and just like I said, and then watching it grow exponentially each year and still maintain that positivity. You know what I mean?
Greg.
What's
McTavish,
up, McTavish?
my man.
And then
Yeah,
like yes, I'm excited to see everybody, but I'm excited to hang out with you guys in person because I feel like the show brought us closer and
yeah,
we're texting on Messenger like almost every day. It's dude, it
Sorry.
is going to be one hell of a time.
yeah. Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
Boom.
Yeah,
There you go, Nate.
that's
Yes, sir.
The light
Dude, like I said, definitely the shot of the week that I saw this, that I just, like I said, blown away. So cool.
shot of the week right there, and that's
Yeah,
got to be a Junk Gizmo Customs. That's
yeah,
Alex. Is that
Mhm.
Alexander Shaw?
yeah. Alexander
Yes.
Deshaw. Yeah, yeah.
His,
Beautiful piece, beautiful shot, great lighting. It's freaking
great way to
awesome.
use it, man.
Yeah,
Really great way to
so
use it.
freaking awesome. I don't recognize. I'm not sure. Is that a My Action Figure Customs or Planetary Dog Toys head?
Nate's here. Nate can probably tell us.
Yeah, what is that, Nate? What's that headpiece that you used on that? Thing's freaking awesome. Good stuff, man. Like I said, just amazing stuff. I'm gonna send you something else right now too. One thing I definitely wanted to talk about, other than, like I said, these two amazing, this amazing photograph and this amazing piece that I just sent you right now. But did you guys listen to the Legions cast, the newest episode?
I did.
Dude.
With Doug. Yeah, and it took me
with
a minute.
Don, yeah.
No, that's Steve the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Before he actually did the first
Yeah.
excerpt for it, like I was listening to the episode and I went into the kitchen and I paused it. My wife's like, "What are you listening to?" I was like, "Oh man," I said, "Apparently when we were at Legions Con, this guy was like filming a documentary, and he's like the brother to like a famous like documentary guy. You know, the guy that does like the Discovery Channel." Like, and my wife's like, "Oh yeah." I go, "Yeah, I guess it was his brother." And then I went back down the hallway and I pushed play and I was like, "Oh Jesus!" I was like, "Did I really just say that to my wife?" And I didn't realize. But dude, some of his deliveries on some of the stuff he was saying, dude, I literally freaking was dying in my room laughing.
oh,
It's
and
so
especially
funny.
he went in detail about breaking down each, like the MOC collector, the
Yeah.
full-blown customizer, how they're all narcissists and they're saying, "Look at me," basically.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
dude,
dude.
it was
And a part of every single one of them, I'm like, dude, that's so me. Oh my God. That was
he was
so
like,
good,
"Oh,
dude.
he's getting a little judgy."
Yeah. But I'll tell you, you know what I mean? Like, as judgy as it was, some of those points hit home hard, especially the one for me. I was like, damn it. I was like, okay, someone had to finally point it out to me. The mixer where you're mixing your figs. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like, I've been trying to do it a little bit more and more, and I'm like thinking, no, that I'm like, it's so wrong. I ended up putting like 4 figures of mine like up for sale because I was like, I got to get rid of these figures. I don't want them anywhere near my mythics anymore. I put up like, yeah. After that, I was like, I can't do it. I was like, Donald's gonna be watching. Oh man, that was great,
Dude,
though, man. What a great episode.
Are you a Patreon member for My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me?
No.
So he had a Patreon episode where he interviewed Todd McFarlane, and it's just him imitating Todd the entire time.
Mm.
And I can't do, but he's like, so I got Todd McFarlane here, and you can hear him clicking.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is Todd. I can't do a Todd McFarlane voice.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, great show. Kudos to those guys, man. Like I said, total wacky show, but like totally worked, man. It was so great.
And Len is a permanent host, dude. That thing is
Look at this, man. Freaking Aaron Page, dude. First custom of 2023 for him. I mean, come on, dude. Really? Like this, like I said, this is the kind of stuff where I'm glad to take a break from the constant. I mean, obviously, you guys have probably seen I haven't posted anything since I've returned. I mean, I've kind of just been on a low and doing my thing, and I mean, trust me, I'll get to my desk, sooner than later. But I mean, seeing stuff like this come out from people that we don't like necessarily see like on the constant dropping, awesome customs. I mean, this is just magnificent, man. What a great execution on this. Love it.
I can't say anything else. Number one, it's just an impressive piece, like this giant vampire spider lady.
Yeah.
The coloring on the spider legs is awesome. They look like they're articulated. What is that? Are those Mojo legs, or is that something else?
No, it's at the I think it's the Gremlins. Isn't it the Gremlins spider gremlin or whatever? Isn't that the body? That's the base body that I think those guys use for that.
Huh. Because I've seen people use like these legs before.
Yeah.
They're painted awesome, but with Illythia,
yeah,
it's painted gorgeously.
Yeah. And I can't remember the Ryan, do you remember the name of the character or the creature that is? It's from like the Dritz like Dungeons and Dragons. It's got an actual character name, like not a name, but like a species. I forgot what they're called.
I'm not sure. Nate says he thinks it was a Doctor Who piece.
Oh, then maybe it's not the like I said, I just saw the spider legs and just assumed it was the Gremlins spider gremlin. But yeah, what a great execution on this piece.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Like I said, this would definitely be a centerpiece in my collection. That's freaking awesome.
Well, I think we got custom of the week and photo of the week.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So, like,
yeah, I mean, not to put anybody else's work down, but I didn't see anything else out there this week that would have topped either of those two. So I just had, like I said, I love sharing my thoughts on these and just with you guys, and just, drow. There you go. Drow elves. That's what it is. It's a drow. It's like half elf, half spider. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Rick Jones. Thanks.
He's like, Rick Jones, bitch.
I did see Trevor Strong post a barbarian pic. Did you see that?
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I see
Trevor Strong.
Thank you,
Nate Williams.
Thank you for
what
reminding me. I totally forgot to send that one. Damn it. So I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, dude. The wolf shot is amazing.
Yeah. Awesome too. Yeah, you got it, Jonathan.
Hey,
or
man,
no?
Don't put down your work. You are a fantastic toy photographer. And that shot is absolutely killer.
Hey,
here you go, dude. I sent it to you.
Cool. All right.
Sorry,
My
it's like
computer's
a
not
Friday.
letting me share my screen until I change my preferences, and I can't do that until the stream is over. So I'm
Oh,
literally
okay.
going back in and updating the
Damn.
Google slideshow and resaving it each time. That's all right.
All right, there you go. Yeah, but yeah, it like you said earlier, man. Going back to the excitement level, dude. It just like I said, it's right now it's the excitement level. At another point, it's going to be a huge stress level, of course, for me because, like I said, I've got so much, dude, to freaking put together and to think up. And that's my thing. It's like, I mean, it would probably with any other customizer, especially those who sell custom figures. It's like I want obviously variety over quantity in a sense, you know what I mean, and quality. So I to me it's like, you know, what did I brought 25 full custom figures to last year's show, and
Yeah.
already from day one I'm thinking now I'm going to bring double the inventory. So now I got to think of 50 customs to make. So like I said, to come up with 50 different ideas, because like I said, I don't want to like take 20 barbarian bodies and paint them all the same and put the same head sculpts and you know what I mean, like, and
Yeah.
be like, here's all, you know what I mean, like, so it's kind of it, but still I'm still starting with the same standard as far as like I have 20, let's say, barbarian bucks to start with. I have to sit there and think, okay, well then how do I do each one as an individual, you know what I mean, like how do I, what parts do I add to it to make it different than the rest, or do, because of the quantities that I am going to bring, like do I have to kind of sacrifice what I'm known for and kind of make like some doubles and triples of different things just to have the quantities there, because like I said, I want each individual person that buys something from me to have like a one-off piece, not like, oh well I got one of like 12 of these, you know what I mean, like I just,
Yeah.
that I don't really, that's kind of why I don't do the, which I was gonna probably bring a couple just because, like I said, the size of the show is gonna. I mean, it has to be a win. I was gonna bring a head rack this year too and have some custom painted heads, but it's like, well, okay, like you know, do I know people do that a lot, but is that my, you know, is that my forte to like put in heads also with my customs, or do I just do the customs thing again? You know what I mean? So like I said, at one point of this year, it will be a full blown like stress haven for me to like sit at the desk and like have to think up like color schemes and, you know, extra pieces or what parts I need to order, 3D stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, so, but yeah, it's just going to be freaking amazing, man.
How
So,
do you
oh no, go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
you,
So I had a question. Do you have like an idea for your table layout? Are you going to go like dios like you were like with Nemai last year, or are you,
Mhm.
is that like in the general direction? Is that where you're headed, or do you have something completely different?
before
Well,
you
go
answer,
ahead, go ahead, go
real
ahead.
quick, that was essentially the same thing I was going to
Oh,
ask.
really?
Okay,
There you
okay.
go.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here was my game plan. Obviously, the first year I went, I brought, I don't know if you remember, I could send you guys some pictures to kind of remind you guys, but at 2021, I brought 3 large dio pieces that I put my characters on top of. It was basically just like rock formations with like different rocks stacked on top, you know what I mean, with bridges and whatnot. And I had all my characters across my table on those 3 pieces. Now, those 3 pieces I actually had to bring with me in my luggage. So one full huge suitcase was just those dios that I had to travel with, which was a pain in the ass. And I was going to actually ship those ahead of time to Greg because me and Greg had already talked about getting my stuff to the show. And I put those dios in a box, boxed it up, took it to my, you know, USPS or UPS store or wherever I went to. And it was, I mean, it was basically, I mean, it's 3 pieces of foam core, you know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously with the cardboard box, it weighed probably less than 3 pounds. It was probably like 2.5 pounds. They wanted like $292 to ship it.
Wow.
I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm
Holy
like,
crap.
yeah, I was like, so I was like, okay, well, there goes that idea. So I came back home and unpacked them, and I was like, I guess I'm just going to have to take another suitcase just with these in it. And so that's what I did. So in doing that, I came to the show well knowing, even if I could have shipped them for cheap, I knew right from the beginning when I got to New Jersey, I was going to use them for the show. And then in my mindset, I was like, I'll just, at the end of the show, I'll just ask somebody at another table or somebody wandering around, like, hey dude, you want to buy some dioramas, like $10 each? Like, I just was going to get rid of them. Or I was like, I'm just going to give them away. You know what I mean? So I ended up, because Greg helped me out, he picked me up and took care of me basically the whole weekend and stuff. I ended up he was like, hey, he's like, so are you going to sell those? Or I was like, I was going to give them away. He's like, I'll take them. I was like, they're yours. Don't even ask again. They're thank you for giving me the out on that. You know what I mean? So I ended up giving him those dials. So this past year, I got to talking with Nimai, and he's like, hey man, he goes, I have a cool idea, because I know that you do, like, you know, you travel from you know, far away and stuff. I'm going to come to the show too. I'll bring a bunch of my dios, and I could set them up on your table if you don't mind sharing your table with me, like, so I can sell my dios and you can actually have something to put your figures on. And I was like, dude, that's totally a great idea. Like, let's go for it. Yeah, for sure. I said, and you can actually, I'm only a single person there with 2 vendor badges. I said, you could actually have my other vendor badge and pretty much be my second hand at my table. If, you know, you can hang it up my table and get in early and the whole 9. So he's like, oh yeah. So we had this whole plan, but then something came up, and, you know, he had a family emergency, and like literally like a couple of days before the show, he was like, I can't make it. I was like, oh, but he had already like shipped his dios to Greg. Yeah. So Greg already had my stuff and was going to, you know, bring it to the show for me. So my thing is, I kind of think I want to do the same thing again, either work together with Nimai, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nimai was talking about having, because I told him, I said, you know what, dude, I said, your dials are dope. I said, you need to have like your own table. Not to say that I don't want you at my table. I said, but with all my figures on my table, people know me for my customizing. They were looking at the dios, but they were there for the custom figures. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. I kind of felt like my stuff was taken away from his stuff in a sense. You know what I mean? So I told him, what you need to do is you need to get a table for yourself. So if Nimai gets himself a table at the show, which, like I said, I still haven't heard from him to see if he's going to do it or not, I think that I would probably end up bringing the same thing that I did last year. Plus, I have an extra set of hands this year. My son's coming with me, so be like, here, carry this back. You know what I mean? Like, you know. So I mean, because I mean, like I said, it was rough trying to travel with that, and you know, the extra effort that I had to put into bringing it. But this year, I think it'll be a little bit easier, more manageable. So that's how I'm going to do it. Plus, like I said, at the tail end of it, even if like I said, just like that 2021, if I give the dials away, which I will, or whatever, or I don't care if I throw them in the trash, it doesn't matter. I'm just not coming home with them. It leaves me a full empty suitcase to bring home figures and stuff and purchases. So
I'm a dio guy. I mean,
yeah. No, I'm down. Like I said, we'll have plenty of time to discuss it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I don't know.
You're it here first, people. Yeah, Ryan's got first dibs.
I don't know, but like, I live in Jersey, so if there's something I can do to help, like, like need to ship something early, or I'm not sure what I could do, but like, I'm here. So
yeah, dude, like I said, shipping was going to be the first choice. I mean, that was like a no-brainer. Yeah, ship my dios, no problem. My figures come with me. I take them on the plane and but like I said, and that's another full suitcase. You know what I mean? It's just figures. It's like, 60 pounds of freaking custom action figures. I don't even know what my next one's going to weigh. Cause I mean, like I said, if 25 of them was that much, I mean, like I said, 2 full suitcases of figures, like, oh man, but the shipping cost is just ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. It's like, there's no way I'm going to pay that much money to get this shit across the nation. You know what I mean?
Well, did you happen to see Emil Wickman's table?
Mm-hmm.
That the dio that he made?
Yeah.
He was like, I can't take this with me, so I guess I'm gonna sell it. He put a ton of work into that, and I think he let that go for like 175.
Wow, that's crazy. Like I said, I mean, I'm not to say my dios, like anybody else's, is either more or less creative or more work intensified or whatever, but I mean, to me, like it was just like, this is just what I need to hold my figures on my table. So like I didn't have no intention on putting any like, I don't know, value to it when I went to the show with it. I was like, these are just going to be giveaways, or I'm going to say, hey, you want all three? Give me $20 and freaking they're yours. You know what I mean? Like I did not care. Like I could make those things 100 times a day. So yeah, it was but that's going to be my plan for this year. Probably bring my own, because I already know the measurements. So it's like the dials fit perfectly on the table. So I know what my things do when I put them down. You know what I mean? Like how they look on the table. Because of the experience at 2021, that was another thing. It was a little bit trickier during setup night on Friday when we went in there to take all those pieces that I had not seen until we went up in there on Friday night of what I was actually going to use. So I was kind of just like piecemealing stuff together and like, okay, will this work over here? And do these figures look good here? And oh wait, I gotta you know what I mean? So it was kind of weird because at home when I put those dials together, I put them on a table and I set up my whole display and like stood back and go, okay, that's how I want my thing to look. Took a picture of it, kind of thing, and then when I got to the show, I put my phone up with the picture and basically threw my dials down and threw the characters like right where they were supposed to be. You know what I mean? So like I already had it like already game planned. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Joseph said, "Do you wear your wardrobe?" 3 shirts, 1 sweatshirt, 2 underwear, 3 suitcases of figures.
Oh yeah, like I barely had like 2 pairs of pants in my bag, and like the rest of it was like all stuffed in my backpack, dude. My backpack was like 40 pounds of just like tightly rolled like t-shirts and clothes. I learned a long time ago how to pack tightly, so I fold my t-shirts and roll them into like these little scrolls, and yeah, it's like yeah, but it was all in my backpack because both suitcases. One suitcase was action figures and the other one was just the dios with, like I said, maybe like a couple layers of like pants on the top of it. That was it. That's all the else that could fit in that suitcase. So
Nice.
yeah, trust me, it's a challenge, dude. I mean, like I said, I'm flying all the way from freaking California, so it's like, and I got to bring all that shit on a plane. Like you try it one time. Yeah, it's a challenge, dude.
I still haven't flown yet since I'm flying out to Austin, Texas on Wednesday.
Nice.
Wednesday to Friday for a work conference.
Right on.
That'll
Hey,
be my
by the way, not to, I mean, just like a totally off topic, but next week I will not be available. I do an annual car show with my dad. Me and my dad go to an annual hot rod show here in Southern California, and it's something we do not miss. It's
Awesome.
we've been doing it for like the past, I don't know, maybe 15 or so years, and we never miss it, dude. So it's like one of those big events for me and him. So I won't be around next Saturday.
Well, it's funny. I mean,
Oh,
we can
good.
talk about this offline too. I got a thing going on Saturday. I'll fill you guys in on offline.
Yeah.
But that was probably going to take me out on Saturday anyway.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys want to. We can talk about this later. But like, if
Yeah.
maybe do like for 1 week do a Sunday day live or something like that.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
works for you guys. It's all good. I just, like I said, I just knew I wasn't going to be able to make it next Saturday. So,
It's
but
all
yeah.
okay. But I do look forward to it. It's kind of
Oh,
like,
dude. Yeah.
you know what it
Freaking-
is? I have a really bad habit of taking things like creating tasks. You know what I mean? Like even out of stuff that's just like my hobby that I love, like
Mhm.
make it like this is Saturday, you know, and I'm a regular, you know, I'm a lawyer working in an office, you know. So Saturday should be kind of just like a relaxing day. And I did a bunch of other stuff, all stuff that I like or that I love, but like it's still like I don't know, like I did my football podcast today, right?
Mm.
But like I care about it, and so I do research beforehand and stuff like that. So it ends up being another task that like takes up time, and I don't really want it to be that, you know. So that's why I enjoy this because it's kind of like I can kind of look forward to it now. Like I felt like with this live, I finally like relaxed for the first time today. You know?
Yeah. I should have been wearing this from the beginning, bro.
Yeah, right. Dude,
Got all my badges.
I tell you guys all the time. I look forward to not every Saturday. The Saturdays that we can get together and I can crack open a beer and just hang out with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was drinking my sorrows away with my vodka cranberry today after losing out on my test shots.
Trust me, don't open this guy yet.
Mm.
Should probably take that stupid zoom so you can see this better.
Will White is absolutely right.
What?
Hanging out, talking toys, best way to relax.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
You don't understand. Like I can feel like my trapezius muscles like relaxing.
That knot in your back just went away.
Did I show this last week too?
No, you didn't.
Nice. That's cool.
Did you get a chance to open that yet?
I didn't, dude. This is another thing. Since I started doing like the reviews, which I love, stuff comes in that I've been waiting for that I'm pumped about. Like I wasn't really waiting for her that long. The glow in the dark Lady Death.
They're usually pretty fast.
Yeah, but I'm like I don't want to open them yet because I'm like I should do reviews for them. They're awesome. But
That's
you know
the
what
fourth version.
I think tonight I'm gonna set up the photo booth and I'm just gonna record intros of like a bunch of different figures that I haven't opened. Just to say, if I want to do reviews, I'll have the intro within the box. So then, if I want to, I can open them because I want to fucking open them. What am I doing? This is my.
So I guess they did. I guess they did punch my thing. There
I didn't get a punch.
Oh, you did it?
No.
Yeah.
But they were.
It's weird. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I guess they did punch them. Well, they punched my Saturday side. They didn't punch the Sunday side.
I didn't get one because they were just trying to get people out. They were trying to get them all through.
Well, on Sunday it was no big. Oh, dude, were they punching? I don't remember because then the Furious. You're talking about this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sir Gerard it was only the one day. I don't remember. I have it, so I'll be able to tell you. That's no problem.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is you know when you park. Did you guys have a car? You guys had cars, right? At the hotel. Eric, you didn't. From out of town. And so you had the little piece of paper, the parking permit that La Quinta Inn gave you in your back window. Mine is still there. I've never taken it out.
Nice.
There's a part of me that just doesn't want to take it out.
Oh, it's funny.
I don't. It might be because we took Amber's car because my car it's been acting up like crazy, but maybe it's still in Amber's car. But she's got a little Kia Rio, so she was like, "Oh, well, can you just drive all weekend?" I said, "Sure." And I'm sitting there like this. I felt like I was in a clown car the whole weekend. Like whenever we needed to drive,
little go-kart. Yeah, it's awesome.
Brian's Amber voice. And it's not like it's just like a very sweet. Oh, can you like?
Yeah.
Brian asking me in that voice, like I would say. I would say
it's more like, oh, can you drive? But translation, when you like, she's doing that to be nice, but when we're behind her, she's like, "You're just gonna drive, bitch," and just throws the keys at me.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you say yes to the first one.
Yeah.
And then you don't even have to get into the second one.
No, that's funny.
Huh, that's weird. I don't know why that would be. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe because we're simulcasting.
Yeah, maybe the Facebook comments don't show up on YouTube.
No.
That's probably it's probably what it is. Facebook comments don't.
That's probably what it is. Oh yeah, now Nate's coming in. Huh. Oh, Nate's on Facebook. So maybe he can't see
Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird.
The YouTube comments. I hadn't thought about that.
Will White's telling you to do it. Record those intros.
Yeah, because I want to open them. Listen. I haven't even shown this on here, right? Hold on. Dude, first of all, let me take this background off. How do I take it off? Backgrounds. Can I get taken off? Oh yeah, it's probably just the wrong one. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm still sort of finding my way with all of this.
And he still got 2 test shots as he was setting up this background.
Yeah.
He did it one-handed.
All right, so boom,
Silverhawks. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
boom.
Well, that's cool packaging, dude. That packaging's dope, dude.
That's why I haven't. The packaging is shiny,
Yeah.
so
Cool,
gorgeous.
man.
I've been.
I don't know
waiting,
if Curtis is still here, but Curtis, he speaks very highly of that figure.
I've been waiting for an updated Quicksilver my whole life,
That's awesome, dude.
and I was hoping that it was this. Honestly, Silverhawks were on my list of something that I wanted to happen. You know, someday, right? In a new figure form. And Super 7 was one of the companies I'd be like, Super 7, do Silverhawks, it'd be amazing. And then Super 7 bought the license. Like, I think they own Silverhawks now. And I'm still, like, I have the first wave of Silverhawks Ultimates pre-ordered from Super 7. So it's already paid for and everything. But, like, I'm not thrilled with the direction they took with how to make the characters. And then I saw the Ramen Toys version. And frankly, I haven't heard like a ton of great things about Ramen Toys, the company. You know, they did those Centurion style figures, and I know that people had some complaints about them. I don't have any personal knowledge of them, but when I saw this Quicksilver, I was like, that's the look of it is everything that I would want in a Quicksilver.
Yeah.
The box is gorgeous with the shininess. Oh my God. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm pumped about this. And yes, I know Curtis, here he is right here. Curtis has said multiple times that this is his figure of the year 2022, right? Now he came out in 2022. I didn't get him until 2023. I have consulted my chief advisor. I told him, it's my wife, Victoria. Told her the rules. I was like, the rules for top 10 of the year, typically, customarily, there can be exceptions, but it has to come out that year, and I have to get it that year, and that's what year it is. But obviously, there's a little bit of fudging that goes on depending on when figures come out and when did you receive them.
I'd say you're good to go for 2023 because you didn't get it in hand till then.
That's
Like
what
if I
agree.
do a top 10, it has to be something that I have in hand. It can't be something that's still on pre-order, waiting to ship or whatever. It has to be in hand.
That's what my wife said. That was her final decision. She's like, it's a 2023 figure.
Yep.
So as of right now,
Absolutely.
it hasn't even left the box yet. This is a contender for top 5.
Nice.
Not number 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree, Will. Way better looking.
Curtis said, "Did you just become best friends?"
No, I can't open it. This is going to be one of the figures I'm going to open. Like I'm going to film like 4 intros tonight in the box. So if I have it, if I want to do a review, because I'm definitely doing a review of this figure, no question.
Nice.
We got to go to the last comment. He's just everywhere.
It's bust in at one point.
It's funny.
Sorry. Sometimes when you have kids, you stop. Do you ever do this?
Yeah.
When you stop, and you're like, is that laughter or crying? All right, good. Laughter. We're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, it's funny.
My way to a karaoke party. I'm sure that'll go over well.
Oh man, Nate at a karaoke party. Go for it, Nate.
I bet
you,
Nate,
brother.
Nate would kill it at a
Have a good
karaoke.
time, bro.
Oh, you know what? There is one more thing I want to get. I figure we'll probably wrap up pretty soon. I don't know what you guys
no
think.
worries.
But I wanted one more thing I want to bring on the show. I'll be right back.
So have you made any trades recently?
I just made a trade the other day with someone over here in SoCal, a cat that I met on the Cabal through a trade. A guy named Robert Martinez. He's a real cool dude. Lives real local. So we met up and I traded him. He was looking for a Balius and Hadriana.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Okay.
I was like, okay, I was like, hey, I have both of those. And I was like, they're loose, but I have them. I said, and I'm actually trying to get more black horses in my collection. I just want like a stable of more black horses. And he was trading for a headless horseman set. So I was like, yeah, dude. I said, if you're good with it, I got these 2 figures. But then, like the day, I didn't even think about it because, like, I'm a real stickler when it comes to like making sure like everything's together, everything's complete. I got the file card, the whole nine. Especially if I'm doing a trade, like I want to give you something complete. And the day before we went for the trade, I dug into my bins of parts and stuff and started like, okay, I need her pauldrons, I need the cape, I need this or that. And I realized, first of all, the fur piece that she comes with, I ended up using that for a custom piece that I made for Legion's Con. So that was gone. And then I couldn't find her pauldrons, and I was like, what the hell? Like, how do I not have her pauldrons? Then I looked in the file cards that I have, the bios, and I didn't even have her bio card. I'm like, where in the hell did I get this figure from? Because it was obviously incomplete. I was like, dude, there's all kinds of shit missing from this thing. So I contacted him and I was like, hey, dude, like, I just want to be straight up with you because I mean, we're both good people to each other. So I'm not going to try to hide anything, but I just realized that like, I have the figure. I mean, she's complete, but I don't have, I didn't have she comes with like a golden hammer. Like I didn't even have that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how can I be missing this many pieces? You know what I mean? I obviously picked that figure up from a buddy of mine for cheap or something. I don't know where I got it from. I couldn't even remember. So I freaking I told him and he was like totally cool with it. He's like, yeah, it's all good, dude. So being me, dude, like I'm the last person to stiff anybody or lowball anybody or anything, but I felt bad. So when I went to go trade him, I actually brought a whole box of other mythic figures. And I was like, hey, dude, I'll tell you what, the trade's good, but Hadriana is on me. So I gave him Hadriana. I just gave it to him. And I said, so here's the Balius. And I said, and pick whatever other figure you want. And he ended up taking a Baron Voligar too. So I was like, as long as you're good with it, dude, I'm good with it. But I said, the Hadriana thing, it just bugs me too much that I was giving her to you like incomplete, which I totally didn't realize that I didn't have her complete. So, but he was cool with it and it was a good trade. And I got an extra headless horseman set. And like I said, got another black horse to just, and he's all, what are you going to do with it? I said, I already got like 4 of them at home. I said, I'm just stocking up on black horses. So I'll use the horse and the body and stuff, the headless horseman, I'll piece out and use as a custom. I'll probably end up selling the extra, like the pumpkin head pieces if people are interested in those or for trades or something like that. So like I said, yeah, it totally worked out.
Eric,
I'm
you're
just
a great dude.
I'm just getting some headless horsemen's to.
I just try not to suck, bro. You know what I mean?
It's way more than not sucking, man.
There's way too. It's way too easy to suck. You know what I mean? Or to be that guy to dick people over and stuff. So
speaking of,
yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, this fucking thing. Wait, I need to do.
Stop being so fancy, bro. We're just we're just having a conversation. You're getting all technical.
I like the way it looks. But yeah, so for anybody who didn't know, last week, I don't know, I said that for the Illythia wave, I never got a Krotos, and I intended to do so, wanted to get one. And then sure enough, this week, we had a rainstorm here in New Jersey, started out as snow. And I just stepped out on my porch to just check the rain to see how it was going that night. Like Wednesday, was it maybe? Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. And there's a box on my porch. Return address is Eric LeBron, California. And a brand new, pristine Krotos is packed immaculately, by the way. An incredibly professionally done packing job. So, dude, you did not have to do this at all, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. I love this.
You're welcome, dude. You're welcome.
And he's talking about trying not to suck. I'm saying he's a great dude.
Yeah, dude. And the thing is, I'm gonna get you, but it's got to be something good. It's got to be something with thought behind it. I feel like, you know.
It's all good,
Because
man.
these
Like I said, I just like I said, I just give back to this community as much as I can to and my friends because like I said, it means so much to me, dude. More than words can speak. You know what I mean? That you know what all of you guys mean to me. I mean, and the community and just having the opportunity to do something cool that maybe it's not for everybody else, but it's for us. You know what I mean? It's just like, and just to be a part of it, all of it. I mean, from Legion's Con to the studio to the toys to, like I said, the groups, chats like these. You know, being part of this whole thing and watching it all grow. It's so awesome. So, like I said, I'm more than humble to. I'm the last guy that, like I said, to be able to like sit out there and be like, oh yeah, like I'm the guy who, you know what I mean? Like if I count it out, I mean, literally, like I've in the last year or so, I've probably given away at least a few $1,000s, if not more, of figures. You know what I mean? Given away, like, and I've not blinked an eye at it. It was like the other night when Ishwar came onto Legion's Lair. What did he give away? Like 25 figures? Like, dude, come on! Like, that's freaking rad. Like, you'll never, ever, ever see that anywhere. That's never been done ever by any
Over
community, by any, you know what I mean, by any toy person. I don't care who they were on YouTube or whatever. I've never seen anybody like go that far and just to give back to the community to just because like I said, it's just so rad, man. It's rad to be a part of it. You know what I mean? So, like I said,
Absolutely.
I'm more than happy to, like I said, especially to take care of my friends, man, and good people like you guys. Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And Ish is another one. Ish is a great guy, man. He's
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
amazing, bro. Amazing.
I remember at Intern for a Day when I first met him, and it was, well, it must have been G-Con. I think it must have been the next day because it was when remember Ish he had like on like the neon yellow coordinated outfit. He had like a
Yes.
neon yellow hat, neon yellow shirt, neon yellow sneakers. And I'm like, this dude,
Mhm.
he's off the chain. But I was sitting there like we were just sitting in a group of like, people just talking, and somebody was saying something about some figures that they were having trouble finding for a reasonable price, and they didn't really know where to look. And then Ish is just like, "Hey, you don't need to say anything else." He's like, "Now you know me."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, you're good."
What a boss, bro. What a fucking boss. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but enjoy, man. Like I said, I want us to all enjoy it. I mean, like I said, and you know, I mean, I don't ever take for granted that we all don't have each other's backs. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, when I put something out there on the Cabal, I mean, I could obviously just go to like one of you guys or a couple of other close friends or relationships that I've made and say, hey, you know, do you have one of these or I'm looking for this? And I know I'll be taken care of. But even just like I said, even for people that don't even know me, because I've done firsthand trades that with people I've reacted with for the first time on a trade where they're like, hey man, like, yeah, like I'll take care of you. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that's what like I said, that's what I'm here to inspire. You know what I mean? Like to show people like, you know what? It is cool to share with people. It is cool to take care of your friends. It is cool to not freaking, you know, to have a high dollar figure and sell it to somebody at a way more reasonable price. You know what I mean? It's okay to do that. You know what I mean? And it's a lot harder to do it than it is to be the guy that's like, oh, I want, you know, $500 for this figure and it's mint on, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, like, come on. You know what I mean? Everybody's doing that. That shit gets lame and it gets old. You know what I mean? Or sending somebody a figure like, oh yeah, it's a good trade, and you know damn well the hip joint's screwed up or it's missing two of the weapons, and don't tell the person about it. Because I've had shit like that happen to me too. And it's like, you know what? That's not cool, especially when you got people that are like, oh yeah, I'm there for you, homie, and I'll take care of you. And you know what I mean? It's like, and then you get that shit turns me off big time. So like I said, doing it right. You know, putting out the extra effort to do something right is, like I said, it makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a lot to live up to, Ryan. Over here, I'm like, I'm not making any trades. Well, that's all right. I mean, dude, that's an awesome way to approach it. And it's just like, it puts the emphasis back on, you know, what, you know, what we all hope that it's about. You know what I mean? It's about the
Yeah.
experience. It's about the, you know, it's about the camaraderie. It's about the talking to people and feeling comfortable with people that get a thing that you get that most people don't get, you know?
Oh yeah, they're 1-6 shooter. Go up a couple comments. I've that's another thing I did. I freaking recently.
Oh, was that the Illythia Phobos 2-pack?
Yeah, yeah. I had one. I had one, and I was like, you know, and there's another thing. Like easily, I could have been like, yeah, I want like top dollar for it, or you know what I mean. I bought the Illythia Phobos 2-pack because I had realized, of course, way after the sale, because I don't know if they added it later or what had happened during that pre-order, but I totally missed the Aether Atheon 2-pack. I didn't even
Mhm.
realize it was a thing. So I totally missed out on that. But then I saw it afterwards. I was like, wow, like that actually looks great in box. Like if you were going to display something in box, like not take it out, that's a cool looking 2-pack. Like I was like, that's really cool. And then I thought later on, I was like, man, that would be kind of cool once all 4 horsemen come out to have each one of the 2-packs on display. So that's why I ended up picking up Illythia Phobos. But then I was like, I kind of was like, still always thinking, like I said, what kind of room do I have? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and so basically she was just, like I said, she's just been sitting in a tote. So that, and I had no intention of bringing her out. And once Trevor said he needed her, I was like, you know what? It's a no brainer. Like, dude, hit me up. Like, let's make this happen. So, like I said,
Oh,
and I'm happy it's going to somebody that like actually will probably utilize it or display it or, you know, enjoy it, and not like somebody going, oh, I got it for a great price and I'm going to flip it for, a bunch of money. Which again, I mean, even stuff like that has happened recently where I did a trade, and to each his own, it's your figure, you do what the hell you want with it, but somebody was looking for a specific figure. I did a trade, and then like 2 days later they had it up on the Cabal for sale
I
at like
remember you.
top dollar. I was like, come on, dude,
Yeah,
like really, like
I remember
I,
you sent me that.
that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, dude. I was like, wait a minute, like that that's not why I wanted to do that deal with you. I wanted to do the deal with you because I figured you wanted the figure as much as I wanted the figure I traded for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's
I don't know. It just didn't. But I don't see that happening with Trevor.
no.
As we end the show, it's on Trevor's freaking
Yeah,
Instagram page for sale.
he said he already flipped it.
Damn you, Trevor. He took a nice picture of it and then he flipped it.
All right, guys. It's been a blast. I
Yes,
think I got to
sir.
roll out now. Got to hang out with the fam. My other fam. It's good talking to you guys. I could sit here all night. Any final thoughts?
I just want to say thanks for Bill for coming on for a little bit and hanging out.
Absolutely.
Also, really appreciate you for letting us go live in the Dork Lair Collectors group, and I appreciate every single one of you who came and hung out today.
Absolutely.
100%. Here.
Yep. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure. Always is, man. Always
Awesome.
is.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. Benny.
What up?
And hey, so
Yeah. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll have some kind of rescheduled live next weekend. We'll have to see what works for everybody. But
Yo, we'll figure out something.
peace
Yeah.
out. Oh, go birds. Go birds.
later, fellas.
Later, guys.
There. We'll go out like that.
Nice.